Prequels don't always hit the spot, but A Quiet Place Day One definitely does. Hi, my name's Drew and welcome to another review video on Flying Wiener. Now just to preface this, I am definitely a fan of the Quiet Place franchise. If you're not familiar with it, it's a sort of, I don't know, you have very intimate stories, but in a sort of dystopian future, or not exactly a future, it's more our present day, really just a sort of parallel universe thing, where we are invaded by an alien species that is completely blind, but has incredible hearing and is very, very deadly and dangerous. So typically these films deal with humanity being more or less nearly extinct, with these animals, aliens, whatever you want to call them, still roaming around. These stories are usually very, very personal. The first two films in the franchise are actually focused on one particular family. And this is a prequel where we've got nothing to do with this family. They are telling a story from the very day that this alien invasion happened, right? So it's not even done by John Krasinski, who did the first two films. Yes, but he obviously is very involved because this is more or less his brainchild, right? Yes, so this one, like I say, it takes a different turn in that sense. It's trying to be a prequel just in the sense of showing us how this whole thing happened. But they luckily, just to give you a heads up, luckily they don't do the thing that we usually expect from this kind of film, where you see massive battles and the military coming in and trying to sort of like, Independence Day-esque, where we see the fight, as it were. It's still a very personal story of just two people trying to, just cope with this new situation and exist, right? But yeah, I'm already sort of heading into the story, but just to let you know, so it definitely surprised me, I'll tell you that much. It's not a typical fare. I feel that I agree with a lot of people that we're currently in a sort of horror renaissance, because this is basically a horror film. It's got a lot of very tense moments as well. Where there are just so many really, really good films coming out, and it's great because they're not just very straight in their storytelling, where all right, we've got this monster or this killer or whatever, and it's all just gory, slashery, stuff like that. But they're really telling stories, these filmmakers, and the horror genre, I feel is very alive, kicking. Usually doesn't cost a lot. I'm sure this was a more expensive film, but it was nonetheless financially successful, so good for us. We'll get to see more of them. Anyway, what is this film about? We are focused on just two people. One of them, our main character, I would say, because we do follow her from the start of the film till the end, is Lupita Nyong'o. She plays a lady called Sam. She is a terminally ill patient. We join her on this very day. She and the group, they go on this excursion, and the alien invasion happens. It's not long into the film, this thing just happens, right? So she finds herself suddenly in this situation where she's surrounded by these aliens who hear every single footstep that you do. Again, just to remind people who don't know this franchise, the aliens are blind, but they've got incredible hearing, so you want to be absolutely silent. Sam has a cat, his name is Frodo, and it's a really interesting choice here because from the start, obviously, you're like, this is a horror film, this is about aliens who can hear really well. I myself have two cats. There's not a chance in hell they would live even for 2 hours, because they... They're some of them the noisiest buggers around, I mean, my cats especially, they love talking. They really imitate us, so they're talking, they're meowing all the time. But even without that, they're making noise all the time. There's just no chance in hell that this cat lives long, right? That's what you go, that's how you go into this film. Whether it does live or not, I'm not going to tell you, because it keeps you on the edge of your seat all the time, especially, like I say, if you know animals and if you know cats. You're like, how is this gonna work, right? But yes, so Sam and Frodo, they're there. Sam, as I said, is terminally ill. She has this goal, this very, very simple goal, and this very, very human goal, really. I can see myself in her situation. She knows she's going to die, and she's like, I want to go to this one place that I knew from, previous experiences, and I want to eat a pizza there. That's her goal, right? She's like, I want to do that, then I can die happy. I'll be fine. Along the way, she meets this other guy. His name is Eric. He is played by Joseph Quinn. And just to say this, you know, just these two actors, I mean, I adore them in pretty much everything they do. So I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, I need to watch this film because I love both of them. And they delivered here as well. So Eric, he is wanting to become a lawyer. He is there studying, and he deals less well with this situation. I mean, which is not too surprising, I suppose, because Sam very obviously has already, you know, she's already sort of decided, you know, how she's gonna go out, or more or less she knows, you know, she's just come to terms with it that she is going to die really, really soon. And yeah, so this whole situation, while obviously uncomfortable for her, and she's really looking after a cat, it's a bit easier to deal with than for him. They learn that there's a ship that's a boat that you can go to, because they've already found out, and by they I mean the military, that these aliens, they don't like water. So it's like, you know, go there and you can escape. So she tells Eric to go there, but he, just being completely under shock with the whole situation, is not dealing with it well. He just continues following her. So yeah, we watch their journey along the way, we see what they do, and you know, so obviously they when they have a moment, when they find a quiet place, hint hint, they manage to also, you know, learn stuff about each other, etc. And Eric decides that he wants to help Sam with her goal of reaching this place, this restaurant, this bar, whatever it is. Yeah, and to get this pizza. that is the story. So like I say, usually you would expect that this would be a War of the Worlds type thing, where we see the big battles and the fight for survival, etc., etc. But no, we see bits and pieces of just the whole devastation, but the story is always focused on these characters. And by they, I mean, you know, Sam, Eric, and the cat, Frodo. That is it, really. We have a few characters that come in here and there. We've got Djimon Hounsou appearing in this, and when I read about the film, I was like, he was already in A Quiet Place Part 2. I was like, was he? I kind of forgot about that. Then again, the film was a few years ago, but it just proves a point that I have, which is just put Djimon Hounsou in more things and longer and more, you know, bigger roles, please, because I think he's wonderful. Yeah, anyway, that's a whole different topic as well. But we're just focused on these three and their journey, and it's a very human film in that sense, because it's not about, again, it's not like we have to survive as a human race. It's like, no, we need to get you this pizza, and we need to make sure this cat's okay, right? And if we can, maybe we can get to that boat as well, you know? So it's very, very simple, broken down to its basics, you know, and it's just like, yeah, it's just like, it feels like a very human thing to do. It's just like we want that connection, even these moments of sheer insanity and, you know, big loss where you're thinking about, oh my God, are we even going to survive? It's like, you know, let's just take it step by step, focus on small things, you know, and it's really endearing just to how these two strangers just really, you know, find a way to sort of help each other in this really, really unusual situation. So I really like it. It's got so many tense moments. What I love about this franchise is it reminds you of one of the biggest strengths of horror, which is silence. You know, there's nothing that will put you more on the edge of your seat than silence. And the fun thing here is, usually in a horror film, or often in a horror film, when it gets silent, you're like, oh, something's about to happen. Here, it's the whole time, because the characters cannot possibly make noise because they'll immediately get killed and found by the aliens, you know. So they still manage to, you're not sitting on the edge of your seat the whole time. They still manage to create these tense moments, but it's different. And I love that that's being used, because yes, while I love a good soundtrack, silence, when used well, is such a powerful tool. And yes, it's a really lovely story. It's a horror film, why is it a lovely story? You know what I mean? So the human aspect of the story is really lovely, it's quite endearing. And yeah, I think it's a great fit, because you've got the horror film, but you've also, yeah, got these things to, yeah, make you question yourself and your life experiences and expectancies, etc., etc. So if you've got the opportunity, for me, A Quiet Place day one was on Netflix, so I watched it there. But if you've got a chance, you know, even buy it. I mean, it's great to support filmmakers like these. I do hope that we get to see more of this franchise, because I think it's really good, as long as they make sure, and I think John Krasinski, never mind. Krasinski will make sure that the quality will stay high, and then we'll all be happy. That'll be all from me today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. It is the best way to support this channel. Leave a comment down below about A Quiet Place Day 1 or any of the other films in the franchise. You know, anything you want to see about it, please put in the comments below. I'll thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one on Flying Wiener. Take care.